Good afternoon, this is Jeff with Sewer Tech Northwest. We're at 4102 Northwest 127th Avenue here in Portland. Located, if you're standing in the driveway here, facing the front door, we're to the right of it. You've got this little notched out corner spot where the clean out's at. It's a 3-inch ABS clean out. We're going to check the overall condition and serviceability of the sanitary sewer line. Water is running. We're going to zero the foot counter out here at the base of the clean out, and off we go. I apologize. Right now I've got all my auto leveling cameras are in the shop right now, so this camera might get kind of stuck upside down. It doesn't bug my eyeballs at all after 13 years of doing this, but I realize for the viewer it's a little funny sometimes to look at things upside down. Anyway, right out of the gate here, very, very clean sewer line. That is exactly how you want your flow line to look right there. And that is made possible by basically one living habit, and that's not putting grease, fats, and oils down your kitchen sink drain. That is the number one thing that gunks pipes up, and it is hugely responsible for a lot of blockages out there. After 13 years of scoping lines, I've reached the point where I'm honestly more concerned about grease buildup. Obviously, on top of that, other improper items like wives' paper towels, flushable wipes, things like that. But it's more responsible for blockages than a lot of structural issues are, like bellies, offset joints. Not that those can't cause issues, but my experience, often it is abusive items that get structural issues to the point where they actually do cause a problem. Just transitioned there over to 4-inch 3034 PVC. Beauty of a sewer line so far. We'll get a nice review of everything as we come out, but this thing is so clean, it's not even hard to see through the water. A lot of times you got enough gunk in the flow line, it's hard to see everything with the water flowing. Anyhow, if you're new to home ownership and want to keep the line clean like this, the rule of thumb that I tell most people as it relates to keeping grease out of the line, if you have enough grease or oil on your pans, this is when the pan is warm or hot. If you were to turn the pan sideways and that grease or oil were to run off the pan in beads or worse, it's at that point you want to do something about it. Let the pan cool down, wipe it out with a paper towel, pour the grease into a jar. Don't go pouring it into a garbage can, you're going to melt a hole right through it. It's when you're putting real quantity down the line, that's where the stuff gets you. A thin little coating of PAM spray on your pan is no big deal. Hot water handles that, hot water and soap. When you're done rinsing anything off that's got greases and oils on it, you want your water running hot. And when you're done washing that particular set of dishes, keep your hot water running for about another 1 to 2 minutes. That way it ensures that all that stuff remains hot and melted, or it gives it its best chance anyway of getting out to the main, or at least further out from your house. Once that pipe hits the exterior where it's buried underground, that hot water starts cooling off really quickly. So if you shut the water off right after you're done washing it, it only gets so far. So anyway, good rule to live by. It helps keep your line clean. We've hit the main here at 86 feet. We're going to go locate that really quick here while the line drains out, and then we'll have another look at things. Alrighty, I'm going to pull the camera in here and double check the my locate just did not come in super strong here, but it is lining up with the manhole. It looks like the line is heading out to the street. Sorry, bear with me a second here. Yeah, it looks like it's going out. I think it says Milford on it. It's not 127s. It's the street to the left of the house. And if you're standing out on Milford, looking at the property, facing the property, you've got a fire hydrant. The line looks like it's crossing the curb approximately about 10 feet to the left of that yellow fire hydrant there. I'm going to pull in here a little ways though and double check. Sorry, it's a fairly deep sewer line, just not putting off a great locate signal. All right, yep, my signal's lining up with the one I just got out in the street there. So looks like we're, the last part of the line anyway, where it's running straight here. crosses into the road about 10 feet or so to the left of that fire hydrant. In case you're curious where the line goes. All right, all the 3034 PVC looks fantastic. Transition joints looking good. Thing does quite a dive there. It's no wonder it's hard to locate. That once you hit that drop right there, I mean, you are diving like no tomorrow. Yeah, right there, you're only about 3 foot 6 inches deep. That thing it's getting down to quite a depth in a hurry. And a lot of that's because the property is kind of built up above street level. Anyway, I didn't take exact depths out in the roadway. Just looking at the diving on that, it wouldn't surprise me though if you're going from 3 foot 6 down to about 10, 11, 12 feet or so deep by the time you get to the main there. And that little thing right there, that little stringy item I keep going back and forth against, that is a piece of human hair there. No doubt about it. All right, we're gonna go ahead and let's see if I can get this thing to flip backwards just so I can look through the foundation wall real quick. All right now we're facing back through the foundation wall. Looking good going back that direction. Everything else beyond that point there is all exposed piping in the crawl space. You don't need a camera for that stuff. That is a very nice looking sewer line. It does not get much better than that right there. I could not nitpick the structural, anything about it at all. And on top of that, superbly clean. You often don't get all those things. I swear every time I get a structurally well installed sewer line, there's always a half-inch thick grease buildup layer in it or something like that. So anyway, keep those habits up there and you can keep that thing looking clean like that indefinitely. On lines like this, of this age, especially if they've stood the test of time to this extent, I don't generally recommend you rescope constantly. But you do have some foliage in the yard. The line kind of has to meander around. You got trees, bushes, and a few things. Not a bad idea to rescope every 3 years or so just to keep an eye on stuff. But if it's held up to this point in time, most of these are all established things here. It's the younger planted trees that are more concerning when they're reaching out to establish themselves. So good looking line there. It is functioning properly at this time.